Red Velvet Mousse Cake. This red velvet mousse cake is a delicacy and a feast for both the eyes and the taste buds. A perfect choice for the holidays. Trust me, this red velvet mousse cake is very easy to make, but it's not quick to make due to multiple components and the cooling and chilling requirements. But at the end, it is so worth of every second. Look at this red velvet mousse cake combines two beloved classic desserts, red velvet cake and white chocolate mousse covered to perfection in a mirror glaze to create the ultimate gorgeous, decadently delicious show-stopping dessert. This red velvet mousse cake tastes even dreamier than it looks. So before going to start making it, I invite you all to subscribe my channel Bake with Aisha, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so you will be notified by my upcoming recipes. Let's start with the red velvet cake's preparation. Take a clean dry bowl and crack 2 large eggs in this bowl. I would say always take eggs at room temperature, specifically if you are going to bake anything with eggs. Add 1.5 cups or 285 grams sugar in these eggs. Add 3/4 cup or 142 grams vegetable oil. Now whip these eggs, sugar and oil on the medium speed until fluffy and mixture becomes pale yellowish in color. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes. Now turn off the mixer and add 1 teaspoon vanilla. Whip it again on medium speed for about 30 seconds. In another bowl, take 1 cup or 229 grams milk and add 1 tablespoon white vinegar in this milk and let it set for 1 to 2 minutes. Now add this buttermilk in the eggs mixture and add 1 teaspoon more vinegar in the batter and whip it on the medium speed for about 1 to 2 minutes until the mixture is well combined. Now turn off the beater and sieve 342 grams or 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour. Add 16 grams or 2 tablespoons dark cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons baking soda. Finally, sift all dry ingredients in the egg mixture. I'm sure you are enjoying this easy recipe. Still, if you want to ask anything relevant to baking, you can comment under this video. Let's come to the cake. Now the dry ingredients are all sifted. Mix these ingredients on a medium speed until just well combined. You can see the ingredients are mixed. Now stop the mixer and add 1 tablespoon red food color. And whip the batter until color is all mixed up in this cake batter. Here I am taking a 8 inches round cake pan, line it with the parchment paper and spray this cake pan with the non-stick cooking spray, or you can grease it with the butter or oil. Now pour the cake batter into this cake pan. Now tap this cake pan on the counter surface to make the batter smooth and bake this cake for 45 to 50 minutes in a preheated oven at 170 degrees centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit. This red velvet sponge cake is perfectly baked and cooled down at the room temperature. Next, flip this cake pan over the cooling rack and release the cake from the pan. Remove the parchment paper. Voila! This is so perfect in color. Cut the cake sponge into 3 equal layers of 1 inch. Keep in mind, before going to cut your cake, the sponge is completely cooled down. Now set aside these cake layers and let's prepare the mousse. Take a bowl of chilled water and soak 14 grams of gelatin sheets in this chilled water for 3 to 4 minutes. You can also use 1 tablespoon of gelatin powder for every 4 sheets. Take a small saucepan and pour 200 grams milk in this saucepan. Next, bring this milk to boil on the medium flame. When the milk starts boiling, turn off the flame and add the squeezed gelatin in this milk and give it a good stir so the gelatin will dissolve in this milk. Take 400 grams white chocolate in another bowl and pour hot milk over this chocolate. Now give it a good stir until the chocolate is all melted and mix in the milk. You can see the chocolate is all melted. Next, take another bowl and add 200 gram cream cheese. And whip this cream cheese on the medium speed until it becomes smooth. Next, add 1 teaspoon vanilla in this cream cheese and whip it again until it is all well combined. Now add 200 grams chilled heavy cream in this whipped cream cheese and whip it again until the cream is whipped to soft peaks. You can see the cream is whipped perfectly. Now add white chocolate in this whipped cream and whip it again on medium speed until it completely well combined. Our white chocolate mousse is ready. Now cover it with cling wrap and let it set for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, cut the cake layers to fit in a 6 inches pastry ring. Here I have prepared a 7 inches pastry ring lined with an acetate strip. Now place the first layer of red velvet sponge exactly in the middle of the pastry ring and fill the sides and cover the top with the white chocolate mousse. Now smooth the mousse layer by tapping it on the counter surface and let it set in the freezer for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you can see the first layer of mousse is all set. Now Cover it with the second layer of sponge and again fill the sides and cover the top with the white chocolate mousse. And let it set again in the freezer for another 10 minutes. Now do the same with the third layer of sponge and cover it with white chocolate mousse. At the end, smooth the surface of mousse and let it set in the freezer for 10 hours. This is the most long-awaited part of this cake. Here I have taken a Silicomat sphere mold and fill this mold with the white chocolate mousse. If you are looking for this mold, I have mentioned the link in the description of this video. Let it set in the freezer until our cake will be ready. And let's prepare the red mirror glaze. Take a bowl of chilled water and soak 28 grams gelatin sheets in this chilled water for about 3 to 4 minutes and set it aside. Meanwhile, take a saucepan and add 225 grams regular sugar in it. Add 225 grams glucose syrup and pour 125 grams water in the saucepan and cook this sugar syrup until it reaches to the temperature of 103 degrees centigrade. Keep in mind this step is very important to cook this sugar syrup to the temperature of 103 degrees centigrade. You can see the temperature is reached at the exact temperature of 103 degrees centigrade. Now turn off the flame and add squeezed gelatin in this hot sugar syrup and give it a good stir until it all mixed up. Take 225 grams white chocolate in another bowl and pour hot sugar syrup over this white chocolate. Now give it a good stir until the chocolate is all melted. Now blend this chocolate mixture with the hand blender for about 1 minute. Next add 160 grams condensed milk and red food color and again blend it for about 1 minute until color is well combined. The temperature of this glaze should be 35 degrees centigrade and you can see right now it's more than 35 degrees centigrade. So just cover it with the cling wrap on the surface of glaze and let it cool down to the temperature of 35 degrees centigrade. It's been 10 hours to this red velvet mousse cake in the freezer and it's completely chilled. Now remove the red velvet mousse cake from pastry ring. Our mousse cake is released from the pastry ring. Now remove the affected strip around this red velvet mousse cake. And finally, you can see this red mirror glaze is reached to the exact temperature of 35 degrees centigrade, and this is the perfect temperature to pour the glaze over chilled and frozen mousse cake. And let the glaze set over the cake, and it will take only a few minutes to set. Voila! Look how shiny is this glaze. Now trim the rough edges of this glaze with a sharp knife. And finally place this red velvet mousse cake over a cake plate or a cake stand. I'm covering the edges of this cake with golden dusted chocolate sprinkles to give it a more fancy look. This white chocolate mousse is all set in this swirl mold. Remove this mousse from this mold very carefully. Finally, spray white cocoa butter all over this white chocolate mousse to give it a velvety look. And place this white chocolate swirl mousse on the center of this red velvet mousse cake. I just love this red velvet mousse cake. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, and how do you find this video? Please do comment under this video and do share this video with others. It's just a piece of